Hey everybody, it's Scott Wall with Dairy Management Incorporated. I'm so happy to bring you another story about dairy checkoff strategy. And today I'm on a Florida dairy farm, and I'm part of a tour that had occurred this week in the state with science teachers and those who are also directly involved in creating STEM curriculum. Now, STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and there's no better place in a dairy farm to see all four of those principles in play. This is a dairy checkoff strategy. It's done nationally and locally, National Dairy Council, and our state and regional network with the American Farm Bureau Foundation for Agriculture. And the idea is to get out on dairy farms, speak with producers, and learn about dairy farming to create dairy-focused STEM curriculum. Midwest Dairy has already visited with farmers of Minnesota. As I said, we're here this week in Florida, and then there's also tours upcoming in Michigan and Oregon. I am joined by Kevin Lussier. Kevin is a Florida dairy farmer. Now, his family transitioned the business model a couple years ago. You went from milking 1,500 Holsteins every day. Now you're a cheesemaker with 200 jerseys. So I know you're a little bit talked out. You just did some great presentations with these teachers, but thank you for joining us today.
So thank you for having us, Scott.
So, you have to be excited about the idea of STEM, first of all. I know you're not too far removed from the classroom in high school. 11 years ago, you graduated. But what do you recall, first of all, as a high school student, when it came to really educating your high school peers about farming and the dairy industry in particular?
Scott, it was a huge challenge. I went to a fairly not rural school, but right in the middle of Gainesville, and there really was no curriculum based around any of the products that we produce. As a farm kid and want to share our story and tell about how good dairy products are, there was just no outlet for me. And the teachers actually pushed some of the myths that we hear today, and it was certainly a challenge for me to sit back and hear that.
Yeah. So the STEM program, as I outlined, this is something that we want to put in place across the country, really focusing on dairy. You had almost 30 teachers and those influencers today on STEM here at your facility, and man, the questions they asked you were just incredible. What kind of response do you feel you got from these people today who are here?
It was great. They really looked at it. They asked some really intelligent questions and wanted to really know the process of cheese making and what all went into from the cows to the milking procedure and to the cheese making process. You get to see the how curious they are about everything, and actually how little they know, and how great it is to be able to educate them on what we do for a living and what we do every day.
So along those lines, what is your hope that can come out of this? It's maybe shift some of those perceptions and the importance of the checkoff doing this work with STEM.
Absolutely. I do plenty of 4-H tours and FFA tours, but we have one day with those kids, and those kids come out and it's great to see that they look at the cows and they ask great questions, but it's one day, and these educators have the opportunity to be with those kids a lot of the time, and for us. To have them out and to educate them and show them the great work that we do on a daily basis. I know that we have a better audience in front of those kids every day now by educating those teachers.
Well, it was certainly an exciting day, and it's nice when you get that enthusiasm from the teachers. I mean, the questions and everything, the buy-in, you can see it was really encouraging. That's what you want.
Absolutely.
You want them to kind of come out here and ask good questions and learn about the great work you're doing.
Yeah. Well, Scott, it's I can stand up there and tell my story, and that's what we talk about every day, is telling our story and showing our passion. But I can stand up there and stomp my feet, but until they see it, until they're hands on and actually see the cows and all the work that goes into it, you really are not changing minds. And today was one of those days where I feel like we changed a lot of minds.
Couldn't agree with you more. So we're going to let you rest your vocal cords and go back to making some of this delicious cheese that you can see behind us. It's really exciting to be up here and to see how your family has sort of changed the business model. And I know the cheese is getting into some retail outlets and restaurants around the region. So continued success with all that. And thank you for your time and hosting this tour today.
Thank you all for coming out.
And for dairy farmers who want to learn more about their dairy checkoff, be sure to visit usdairy.com.